morning, Greg. I'm just fine. I'm here with producer Evan this morning and Taylor here.
Good morning, Greg.
Good morning, Taylor. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing, and welcome to the Elder Law Report. So, I'm phoning it in from sunny Orlando today. And, if you hear something that sounds like a water fountain in the background, it's because there's this huge, 30-foot plume of water shooting out of a pond right in front of me. I'm on a fifth floor balcony right here at the Star Island Resort in Kissimmee, Florida, which is right, I think that's part of Orlando, it's just south of Orlando. And I'm down here, I'm on a extensive research project to find out how seniors and their families can retire to sunny Florida. How about that?
I want that next research project.
I do too. I do too.
Yes.
You want that next research project? No. I had a plan to. My family was coming down. My parents, a sister of mine, and her husband, and my wife and children were coming down, and my wife and the girls were coming down, so they came down on Saturday, this past Saturday, and I had two boys. Our two boys were on a northeast trip, kind of touring cities and colleges for a week, and they got home Monday evening. So I had to pick them up late, and then Saturday decided, Tuesday decided I was going to join them down here. So here we are. We've all been here for a few days, and they want to go out. Man, these kids have so much energy. They want to go out and do everything under the sun, and I just want to lay by the pool or take a nap and recover because we've been working so hard,
It's been a mess.
I know. So what's our show today, Hayden?
Well, we're going to be talking about disasters. We just had a disaster in our office, and as you like to refer to disasters as icebergs, we just made the title of this one Disasters, How to Avoid the Icebergs Ahead and What to Do When a Crisis Occurs.
I actually call disasters opportunities and problems opportunities, okay? And if you can look at them that way, then you can always make lemonades out of your lemons, right? And I think that's just, a way that I've learned to through running a business or dealing with life. That's the way I deal. So I don't have time for sitting around whining about, the spilled milk or something. You just, what can we do at this point and how do we move forward? That's at the heart of running a business or running a family or just living life. Bad things are gonna happen. We had some disasters happen over the weekend. I was in. So I stayed back Saturday. If you think about, Providence or something like that, or why this happened, I was supposed to come down Saturday, decided to stay, pick up the boys instead of having Steph's mom do it, and make sure that they were okay, and then ended up coming down here. But if I hadn't have been there Sunday at 1 o'clock, walking into the office, when I walked in, it was raining inside the office, toward the back third of the office. And there was water just shooting out of the ceiling, just raining everywhere. And the ceiling tiles were all down, and, it's raining on the phones back there, the computers. So I immediately, let out a high-pitched shrill, I think, skipped passing out, and just ran to the back and started grabbing phones and computers and bringing them up front, one after the other. And then, after that, it felt helpless though. I felt helpless, Hayden. It was coming out of the ceiling, and I think it pumps in, the city water there about 6 gallons per minute, right? It's what it would pump into the office. So it's pumping it in, it's filling up the office, and there was about an inch of water, creeping up the hallway, about halfway up the office hallway. And some of it spilling a little bit into the other offices, but damage was minimal there, or flooding was minimal there. We got lucky, but it was helpless. I felt a moment of helplessness where I didn't know how to stop the water, and I didn't know who to call. I was trying to call my landlord. I was trying to call his daughter, who handles business too sometimes. I couldn't get anybody. I couldn't get. I just didn't know who to call. I was trying to call somebody who I know that runs a disaster company. Like, that his whole business is helping people with problems like that. And I couldn't get that person. That person was actually, the voicemail said they were out of the country. Okay. So I'm like, and then, I know, right? I tried to call the contractor that was working on our new office where we're going to move at some point, later, into the summer. And I just could not get anybody on the phone. It was Sunday at 1:00. People were enjoying their lives and going about their lives, but we can't pick and choose, when our disasters strike. That's when one of mine struck. And, so I just start trucking it up the hallway with everything. I'm thinking in the back of my mind, I'm like, hey, am I going to get electrocuted because I'm standing in 2 inches of water back here, sloshing around, unplugging electronics. I mean, I was unplugging, device, power strips, that had computers and stuff plugged in. I'm unplugging those because those are on the floor. Those are soaked.
Not knowing if they're wet inside and you're gonna
Electrocute yourself.
light up.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. So, or if it's just going to light up the water I'm standing in, And so I start, but I don't know. I got everything up front and started drying them out, and finally just called 911. This was probably over a 10-15 minute time period. I called 911, and I felt bad about it because I was like, I don't want to, get in trouble for calling 911 because of a flood in my office. I don't know if that's appropriate, but it is appropriate. I found that out, but you could also have called the fire department. I later found out. So in the future, if your house is flooding or your office is flooding, call the fire department. So they called, a guy who's on duty. There's an on-call guy for the water for the city of Shelby, and he, he was going to call me back. Okay, they told me they were going to have him call me back. But in the meantime, my landlord called back. He shows up in like 5 minutes. His crew comes in, that's the right guy I needed to talk to, because he had a water vac. He had a crew of guys there that showed up within another 5 minutes. He immediately shut the water off to the building, and his crew brought a water vacuum and started vacuuming up the water, so we minimized the damage. Okay, and we got the water out. And this week we've been drying out. I don't know. I didn't stick around the whole week. Sorry for bailing on you guys on Tuesday. How's the office doing?
Well, there wasn't a lot you could do. We had to postpone some of the appointments we had just because of the water and the mess. And so we've been hard at work getting things dried out. We've had our hair dryers out.
We have.
We've dressed less than professionally, but our clients, who we love and they love us, they were totally understanding, because some do stop by and have something to bring us or whatever. So they were understanding. We're kind of still in casual clothes today. So if you happen to be looking at what Greg posts on his Facebook, you'll see a Duke shirt and a plaid shirt that Taylor and I are wearing today.
Well, no offense to Carolina fans. I mean, we need a Carolina shirt in there too.
Yeah, no
Carolina
offense.
fans. Or Ohio State fans.
Our whole family pulled together. Our office family pulled together, and we cleaned everything out. We dried out any paperwork that was wet, and sounds like we've got almost all the paperwork dry that was wet in the back, right?
The things that were the most critical that needed to be preserved, all of that I think is pretty much, we kind of pretty much followed the outline that you left us, and short of just sitting there with a hairdryer, there's nothing really that you could do. We all have pitched in and done what was necessary. So
And we've gotten a lot done too. The office will be back to normal today by the end of the day.
Guests are going in offices, and hopefully when you walk in, it'll look like last Saturday rather than last Sunday.
Yeah.
Well, the whole thing just reminds me of, and that's why I wanted to do the show on it today, is not woe is me or this is what happened in the office. I mean, who cares about that? That's life. I mean, things like that happen. But the thing is, when disasters like this strike, who are you supposed to call? I mean, the person I needed to get in touch with came over immediately. And that was my landlord, David White, who did such a great job with his guys on a Sunday afternoon, cleaning everything up.
Oh, he has been extremely busy and moving things and getting people in. He's been in and out all times of the day, giving us status reports on everything. He has really done everything he can do.
I agree. And you want people like that around you. You want people like that on your team. And then we have, we had the wrong people coming in looking at the carpets, right? For a few days, kind of just poking around with it. They just weren't equipped to do that kind of disaster work, right? They could clean carpets. I'm sure that they're great at that, I'm sure. But they couldn't do the water extraction is what it's called. So you suck all the water out. They didn't have the equipment to do the water extraction, and then neutralize any mildew and then go back and clean. We had to bring in somebody else to do that. We had to locate, hey, and I knew that person. I knew who that was. Talked to him, yesterday, I guess, and now, or day before yesterday, and that person, I think, was in the office yesterday, making sure that everything was, or doing that work, right? They got all the water extracted and cleaned. Did they get that done yesterday?
They did.
Yes.
Both rooms back there are dry now, so that's awesome.
And smell better.
Yes.
And you can tell he walked in, saw the problem, is used to dealing with the disasters, knew exactly where everything needed to go and what needed to be done, and it was a great turnaround. Right.
Whereas we had somebody coming in for the previous 2 days that just looked at it and said, "There's nothing we can do yet. It has to dry. There's nothing we can do yet. It has to dry." And in the meantime, what happens is time goes on. It starts stinking because it starts to mildew, right? And it's not a good situation, right? And things just kind of stay the same or get worse. So the key there was to locate the exact right person for that job, right? And that's what we're going to talk about today is disasters and how to locate the right person for the job for if your family has a disaster. And Hayden, we're just well into this show and going on about it. What do you think? I mean, what kind of disasters do you see in our office that people have, that seniors have, that families have?
Illnesses, accidents, things that were unexpected. It's when they need you, and quite often yesterday or now or tomorrow. If they have to go, having to go into a nursing home facility or a home health care, those are the biggest problems.
Right. Also, just planning to avoid the disaster. We have people that actually get. I mean, I wish, and I could preach till my lungs bleed about, hey, wake up. 70% of seniors are going to need some type of long-term care. That's the statistics. Plan ahead.
Sure. That 70%, you can't emphasize that enough because
of seniors over 65, that's 70%. That means 30% will not. Those are huge odds. So given those odds, plan ahead. It costs a fraction of the emergency, right? What could we have done to plan ahead and not have the water pipe burst, or make it easy on ourselves? What could we have done in the office?
Knowing who to call.
Well, to prevent it, I guess if we had a schematic of the building and known that the water was overhead, maybe you had the pipes inspected. That's kind of hard because when you're renting, you don't know the skeleton of the building.
You know what? We could have owned our own building. I could have bought my own building. And I could have had all the pipes inspected. And I could have made sure we didn't have overhead piping that would maybe break. I think the piping in the building was a type of piping that is prone to breaking. There's been lawsuits over it. So, have somebody inspect it. We could have had it inspected. We could have had renter's insurance. I could have had renter's insurance that I didn't have. That would have replaced one of the computers that we lost. I've got owner's insurance on the new building, the new office building we purchased. But live and learn. But I'm telling you, the way to do it is to plan ahead, to avoid that disaster if possible. And then when things strike, you're ready for it. Or to plan for the disaster would be the better term. And then it's not a disaster. It's something you plan for that you have in place. So a senior, yes, ma'am.
A lot of people think they have planned ahead. I thought I had planned ahead. I thought I was smart by getting a will, a general durable power of attorney, a healthcare power of attorney, and a living will. And I knew who was going to get my house, and I thought everything was pretty much set in stone. And I came to work for you, and I found out that there was a huge iceberg sitting there, and that I was not protected. I learned quickly, and try to share that with everybody that I know. You need to know what you don't know. You've educated me.
That's true. And so just sitting down with the right person. I mean, that's what, from any disaster or even planning, having long-term care insurance in place. I'm not an insurance agent. I don't do that. But if that's a possibility for you, that'll help you avoid that disaster. Planning ahead with an elder law attorney, somebody like myself, okay? I would say in that situation for a senior to plan ahead, to plan to preserve money and property, that's what we're designed to do. That's what our office is built to do, and we'd be the right person to call. In fact, if you want to call us and talk about anything that happened in our show today, or just ask us some questions, or how you can identify the icebergs that are coming up in your life, where your weaknesses are in your game plan, okay? Or just get a game plan together, I'd be glad to sit down. And I'll tell you what, I hadn't done this in a long time, Hayden, but I'm going to do it today. If you call today, and that goes for Hendersonville WTZQ and WCSL in Cherryville, okay? If you're listening at either one of those stations, you call us and you mention code word radio, okay? Our office is going to give you a free consultation. That's an hour-long sit-down with me. And that means that I'll come to you, you can come to me, or I'll meet you at one of our meeting spaces in Charlotte or Asheville. And I'll tell you, here's how you can get in contact with us, okay? If you'd like more information on the topics discussed today, or would like to speak to or make an appointment with me, Lawyer Greg, the elder law guy, or would like to contact the presenter or one of the presenters, Hayden or Taylor, in the WTZQ listening area, call 828-398-0181. In the WCSL listening area, call 704-343-6933. You can also see a video recap of the show at www.mcelderlaw.com. You can sign up for our e-newsletter there, and I will email you a copy of the show every week, and other articles and writings and things like that. You'll have access to a library of information that we've accumulated, written, and posted about how to save your hard-earned money and property. Now, I'm an attorney. I'm an elder law attorney in North Carolina. I'm centrally located in Western North Carolina and Shelby, North Carolina, right off of 74 there, right? And at 123 West Marion Street. But we do see clients by appointment only in home or at our meeting spaces in Asheville and Charlotte. And man, we have some premium office space and meeting spaces in those towns. I'm just extremely fortunate to be able to have the system we have and the office we have, and to do what I love to do, which is just work with a great family and team, and also help seniors protect their hard-earned money and property. Taylor, you went to one of our Charlotte locations a couple of weeks ago. What'd you think?
It was amazing, the Regis building. I was amazed how nice it was in the conference room.
Oh, the conference room.
Yeah.
My office is right outside that door.
Oh, is it?
You walk outside and you're on a deck overlooking Charlotte. That's where my office is going to be.
Yeah, it was super nice.
Oh, right. Yeah, we were there. Yeah, we did a signing there not too long ago. So, some of the ways that we help protect hard-earned money and property for seniors are, we will take a look, we will do a consult, and we'll look at, with one eye on a potential situation with long-term care or healthcare situation. We want to maximize healthcare opportunities. And we'd love to be able to do that privately without going to Medicaid or something else. But but we know that that's maybe a possibility, and we know that there's a huge changeover of property with property being seized by Medicaid or going back to the state to be able to pay off Medicaid liens created from long-term care. So we want to go ahead and put protective deeds in place as soon as possible. It's easier the more you plan ahead. So I'd say stop procrastinating, get it done. Replace the pipes in the building, get renter's insurance, right? That is for the analogy. So I can help you do that.
That kind of situation is what, where you chose the name of your book, Saving the Farm, and motivated you to do this and share it with the people that we don't see on a day-to-day basis. And that is a wonderful book. I know we don't usually plug those things on the radio, but if you have an opportunity to get that book, you can get it from our office, or you can get it from Amazon, or
You can go to mcelderlaw.com, and the first screen there is the book. You just click on Learn More, and you can buy one of the many versions of the book, ebook, enhanced ebook, audiobook, or just order a book from Amazon. Or you can call our office. Call 704-259-7040, and at the 123 West Marion Street, Shelby address. And we'll ship Hayden will ship one out to you right away. You do that all the time, don't you, Hayden?
yes, I do. I have them ready to go.
You got a nice little way you package them up and send them out, right?
Has a great media mail set up.
Yes, I even have the stamps ready.
Sure. And I mean, that starts off with a personal story about me and my family and just goes from there and really talks about a lot of senior issues. I'm just so proud of our team this week and pulling together, and I really mean that, guys. I would be nowhere without you, and thank you for helping me do what I do, both professionally and also in the cleanup, when things happen, because life's not always perfect and it can be messy. So one way to plan for your disaster is to have a great team. And I'd love to be part of your team. What's that?
And it is a team. It is a team, and we've worked together. It hasn't been unpleasant. It has been dirty and messy, but I was not surprised, but real pleased at how well everybody's pulled together to do this. It's really,
This week
Been a
has
great
been nothing but a
experience.
great team bonding.
yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, things like that, that's where bonding happens. I mean, that's in life where bonding happens, is when the tough things happen, how you get through it together and come together as a team. And then it makes the easy times, even sweeter and easier to get through. So I would love for our team to be on your team if you're out there listening, and we can help you prepare for the disasters in your life. We can help you plan around just from a foundational document perspective, getting all your documents in place that you need that are going to last you the rest of your life, getting deed planning and protection in place to protect those hard-earned homes or other properties that you own. And anywhere from as complicated as that to, or simple as that, to as complicated as, preparing trust for you, or any other aspect of estate planning. I bet you we've seen a lot of disasters over the years, and we can employ that experience that my team has to quickly diagnose and prescribe a solution for your problem or potential problems in the future. So thank you for listening. Hey, can you give a time check for me from Evan? I'm just out looking at the lake here, and I could talk all day, but I bet you they're going to want us to talk for 30 minutes.
Yeah, we got about 6 more minutes left. We're currently at 24 minutes right now.
Thanks, Evan. What'd you do with Milton? Where's Milton?
Well, I'll tell you, Evan has served us well. So, we miss Milton, of course, but we're glad to meet and get to know Evan.
Oh, no problem.
So,
I think he's at one of the beaches. I'm not sure, but he'll be back next week.
Well, I guess he's allowed to get out of the zoo every once in a while and go to the beach, get off the radio.
yeah, except that I have a whole car full of stuff for his antique store. I've been hauling it around for a week.
You know what? You know what you ought to do after the show, Hayden? You ought to just take it over to the store.
Well, we've got a few things we need to do today. We've got the Boys and Girls Club thing this afternoon at 5, and helping out in your stead there. But
Tell us what happened this week and what's going on coming up. Go ahead and tell us about our show next week. Tell us about upcoming events. So we've got, last night you ladies were at the Cleveland County Chamber Event Expo, correct?
Yes. Well, that was great.
And that's, oh man, they hold it in the Kings Mountain event kind of space, and there's tons of, I'd encourage anybody who's out there in any town and wherever to in the U.S. to get involved with their local Chamber of Commerce. It's a great group, and it's just about business people coming together and helping each other and helping the community, and the Event Expo was where everybody shows off their wares and kind of networks and gets to know each other. That's where you guys were last night, right?
Yes. We set up our display there and met the people there, the chamber members that were exhibiting. We had, I wouldn't say a lot of the other people come in. That would have been a great event if it were in a place where there were more people new. Because it was great, and you had the opportunity to learn about a lot of different companies. They gave a lot of freebies, a lot of food.
Chin's was there.
Yeah.
Let's see, Papa John's.
Asian, and, yeah, and
Subway.
It was great. It was a fun event. But yes, we did that, and we've got a few things coming up.
What's Chin's? I eat there every day.
Yes.
And he's doing lettuce wraps.
Me and Hayden went up there a couple of times.
General Tso's chicken. Yeah, we got seconds.
We mentioned you, Greg, and he got all excited. So.
Yeah, good to McIntyre, yes. I think so. Yeah, we got great big servings, I'll put it that way. But we've got an event coming up Saturday, tomorrow actually. We're going to be at Kingston Residence in Hickory, which is a very, very nice and large senior living facility. And they're going to have people bring their antiques or near antiques or things, their valuables, and someone will make a general assessment as to whether or not they need to have a formal appraisal, but they're going to give some sense of value to these things. And we're going to be there to talk with the people about how to protect their assets other than just their antiques. We talk about what they need to do to protect their homes, and we'll be there to offer advice on the book, from the book. And Tuesday, June the 22nd, Thursday, June the 22nd, we're doing a free seminar, and they're going to provide lunch there at the Gaston County Senior Center. And you can learn everything you need to know that you probably don't know to protect your home, your property, your money. And I can give you a telephone number if you want to make reservations for that seminar. The number is 704-922-2170.
Yeah, I'd say just call our office to make reservations, and we'll get that information to them. Okay, and just call our office. We'll get you in there. Not a problem. We want everybody to be able to have access to that seminar. Hey, we've got another seminar coming up at a local church, don't we? Don't we, Taylor?
Yeah, we do. It's on Monday, June 19th from 6:30 to 7:30 at Lafayette Street, United Methodist Church.
Hey, I'll tell you what. I mean, I'm getting excited because we got some. We're stacking our events up. I'll tell you, Keith Hawkins, who does the moving for seniors. Yeah, Caring Transitions. That's right. That's who's doing the Antiques Roadshow with us on Saturday. I really hate I can't be there. Please give my apologies.
Wait a minute, Greg, we have to give a disclaimer. It's really not Antique Roadshow. We're going to get Keith in trouble. It is that type of an event where we will have someone assess these. So, yeah.
Oh, that type of event, right? If you've seen that, yeah, it's that type of event. Well, he's going to be doing that type of event this Saturday that we're going to be involved in. Tell Keith I'm sorry, took a little vacation there, but we'll do the next one. And I know, and part of having a great team, I have the utmost faith that I know you can do it with your eyes closed, Hayden and Taylor. You'll have fun there too. Thank you for doing that on a Saturday for us. Okay.
We've got a couple more events. We're doing a seminar for a cancer support group at our hospital, and we are doing one for a church class. So we do seminars anywhere, anytime, for any group, And elder law is not necessarily just for seniors. If you are starting a family, you need to get your wills in place. You've got children, and you want to make sure they're taken care of, or you have a special needs child or a person in your family. All of these things fall under some of the same things that we do. And we deal with veterans, aid and attendance. And so keep listening to the show, because we're going to be doing shows coming up on those things.
Well, it's time to sign off. And, if you want us to schedule our team to come in and speak to your team or your friends, your church group members, or your group that you're involved in, if you want us to come in and speak, we do it free of charge. We furnish generally a dinner, and we have a great time doing it. And we just have a good time, get to know people, and answer questions and put out good information. So call Hayden. Hayden, how can they get in touch with you?
At the main office, 704-259-7040, and we'll try to set it up to suit your group. If you have a location, we can use your location. If not, we will find a good location in your area. So we just want to meet everybody and offer everything we can.
All right, well, it's time to sign off. I think we're actually maybe a minute over. Thank you, Evan, for indulging us. Hey, guys, listen, thanks for being there. Thanks for the teamwork this week. And this is Greg McIntyre, the Elder Law guy with McIntyre Elder Law, signing off from sunny Orlando, Florida. And I'm going to go interview some seniors this week. I'm going to do some more research on how to retire to Florida. I'm going to put together a show on that, okay? So have a great day, and we'll see you next week.
All right.
Bye, Greg.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Play us out, Evan.
You got it. Way to go, Evan. That was great. Thank you so much.
Thanks for listening. Man, blessed to do what I do, and blessed to have a great team and family that lets me do it. So I'm gonna get off here and figure out what the rest of my family and crew want to do. Just see what Stephanie and my mom and dad, see what Ted and Terry want to do today. And I would go to the pool, but kind of got torched yesterday, so I need to do something else. And I don't feel like dropping $1,000 on theme park tickets today. So let's go find something fun to do. It doesn't cost so much. See you later, and thanks for listening. Hey, good morning. Who's that? What's going on? Morning, Steph.
Gosh, look, I was like this.
You look wonderful.
This is Mom's hair. I don't know what yeah, it's like a lot.
Morning, K Roots.
Hey, Goober.
This iPad has a. All right, what are we doing today?
I don't know. What? I want to go to the pool. What day you're on social media are you showing my horrible hair too?
Nothing. It's just recording. I'm gonna edit it in though, I think, because we did a show on the radio today where they were Taylor recorded on her phone and I recorded here on the iPad. So I'll have to splice it in so the audio will work. What do you girls want to do today?
Go to the pool.
Pool time? See, this is simple, man. It's simple to please the kids. School time.
I just would like to do
Alex, get up.
Please just explain that with the crazy curly hair.
This is still my wife, Stephanie.
Crazy
It's the same
curl.
person.
That's real.
You look beautiful, Stephanie.
That's 7 straight days is what
What?
happens.
What is it? A loose one? Oh, nasty.
It's not nasty, it's just a tooth.
Okay. All right. Well, let's figure out what we're gonna do. Okay.
Pull!
Yeah.